would be weak, or I would be not very excited, not very hopeful, not very anything. If you'd say boo, I would probably jump back. I would be afraid of everything. But if I have fortitude, if I am strong, then you can't really be afraid of too many things. That doesn't mean you can't be afraid of some. Because even today, I can be afraid of some. And this is going to represent being weak. Not really. You say you want to do this, okay. Can we go here and we'll have a good time? Wishy-washy. Weak. So watch what happens in life if you are a person that is weak or a person that is strong and has fortitude. In life, we're all going to come upon hard times. Every one of us. Even though you think this can't happen to you, it can. Every day of your life, you're going to be going right along, and then all of a sudden, something happens to change your mind. You don't get to go to the park because your mom gets sick. You don't get the teacher you want at school. You can't go play because you're in timeout and you're punished and you're mad. Every day we have things we have to learn to deal with, and they're not always easy. As you grow older, they usually get harder. Which is going to be the things in life that come your way. And I want you to watch what happens when things in life that are not fun happen. Watch this. First, we have just a little bit of something, and nothing too much is happening here, right? Because we just get a little blown away. Sometimes we're a little disappointed. Then life gets really hard. And look what happens now. Uh-oh. What happened to the weak person? Where'd it go? What happened to our strong person? Where'd it go? Where's our weakness? I don't even see them up there anymore. Does that mean we're not weak anymore? No, what does it mean? What happened when life got hard? Yes? When life got hard, the weak people or the weak... The pages are fine. They're not going anywhere. This is very strong too. Don't you worry about that. I might turn a page on it, but it ain't going nowhere, my friend. In life, when you get a chance to do what is right, you will feel strong, just like this. But if you give in and follow somebody that you know is doing something that's not right, you are going to have to find your way down here. Look at this. Here is my little weak flippy floppy here. And I hope that in life you would rather be this than this. Because this is the hardest thing, and in our faith, we have a special thing that we're going to be studying today, which is going to help you along in being strong. You know what it is? The Beatitudes. Yesterday you learned the commandments, and today you're going to learn the Beatitudes. What word do you hear when I say to you, Beatitudes? Do you hear a word in there that you should know? Yes, Ethan. Attitude. This is what today's class is going to teach you. And each of your stations, they are going to talk about your attitude and how the right attitude will help you to be happy. And Giorgio Frassati, he had the right attitude. He always looked out for the poor. You know what happened one day? He was getting ready to get on the train to go home. He had been someplace to visit his father. And when he got to the train station, he saw this mom with 2 or 3 little children. And she went to pay for the fare to get on the train. And the conductor or whoever was taking the money said, "You don't have enough money to get on here." And he said, "Let me give her my ticket." And he gave her his ticket, and it says in his biography, he ran all the way home, and he prayed for that family on his way. Now, if I did that, I'd probably be dead at the other end. But remember, he was young. He was only 22, and he was very, very strong. I found it. Miss Dominguez, how much time do I have?
You're good. I'll let you know.
Okay. I found something that I would like to share with you, and she says I can. This is a good thing. Hold on. I'm going to read you something that I thought I found at home, and I thought that this was the best example of what I think fortitude is and being strong. Just listen to this story, and then I'm going to show you something. It says, if you ask my friends to describe me, the first thing that they will tell you is, Brian loves to go fast. That's what they would say about Brian. What would they say about Brian? Brian loves to go fast. Yup, I'm a speed junkie. I love snowboarding. Remember these things now. What he likes: snowboarding, downhill skateboarding, sitting on my boards and rocking down steep hills at 60 miles an hour. And I drive a sports car. And I own a motorcycle. I even make my friends go fast. I travel a lot, and I love meeting people and hearing their stories. Basically, whatever I do, I make it fun, and I do it with great speed. But here's one description that you won't ever hear about me. Now, does this sound to you like something unusual, that this man likes to go fast, or likes to snowboard, or ski, or any of the above? Okay, I'm going to show you the man. Are you ready? And then you'll see what fortitude is. Just keep in your mind, what does he like to do? What else? He likes anything that goes. Ready? Here he comes. That right there is fortitude. Look at inside. This man was a soldier in Vietnam. No, wrong place. Where did we go now, please? Somebody.
Afghanistan.
Thank you. Afghanistan. And he got injured so badly he lost both of his legs and one hand. And he could have been. He could have been. Oh my God! I got no legs. I have no hands. What am I going to do? And if you read this story, this man does it all. Up and down hills, he skis, he has friends like you can't believe, he helps others, he goes to the hospital where people are injured like him, and he talks to them and says, look. And in this story, he says to me, let me tell you what he says. I can read it to you. It's so amazing. People say to him, are you glad that God saved your life? Aren't you glad because you have such a great life? And he said, God didn't save my life. He said, this is the life God gave me, and I am making it count. And to me, this was such a great example of what being strong and being in love with the Lord enough that he was willing to try and rebuild his life any way he could. Yes, you have a question, Sammy? Oh, well, to survive. Sammy's wondering, do we have to exercise to survive? Well, I think it's a good idea. For example, Sammy, if you just laid in bed all day, do you think you'd last very long? Your muscles would all start being and pretty soon you wouldn't even get out of bed. But you know what? It is the same thing with virtue. If you don't practice virtue, if you don't every day of your life try to be a little bit better than you were yesterday, then you're not going to be successful in your faith or in your life as a follower of Christ either. If you were this guy, wouldn't it be easy to give up? Raise your hand if you think that if you lost both of your legs and your hand, you would say, this is it for me. I'll never be able to ski again. I'll never be able to go fast. But he said none of this. Do you know how long it took him so that he could do the things he loved? Take a guess. Somebody guess for me how long it took him. Yes. She says 2. How many?
3 years.
3. 1. It took him 6 years. 6 years before he was able to go out and go down the slopes and do the things he really, really enjoyed. But this was to let you know that everybody can do it. If a man who has this kind of an injury, and before this happened to him, he was just like you and me. And he loved life. Now, I know I talked long today because I wanted to share this, but I'm going to now ask the girls to rosary. Blessed Giorgio loved the rosary. I shouldn't let that fall on the floor, sorry. But he has it in your saint card today. You'll see it. It's always near him. Okay, our ladies are going to do a skit for you on Fortune. So give them your undivided attention. I will leave this book